Okay guys, today I'm going to give you my review video on this 2015 FZ-09. I picked it up, I got about 3,000 kilometers I put on it now. Picked it up in March, so I've been riding it all summer. So I figured I got enough hours on it and miles on it now, I can give you a pretty honest review video on it. For all my subscribers watching this, you know I've been getting off of the 1 liter sport bikes, which I've been riding pretty much since I was 16, so 20 years now. And so I decided to give the Street Fighter style bike, or the naked bike, whatever you want to call it, a try out. I was more interested in a Z-1000, I was kind of looking for one of those. There's none in my area. I seen this bike on Kijiji. So I called the guy, went and checked it out. He let me take it for a ride, and I mean, once I took it for a ride, I couldn't believe this thing. And it was cold out, roads were slick, I couldn't even really get on it. But anyways, I made a deal with the guy. Picked this up at 4,000 kilometers on it. I gotta say, this bike surprised me. That's for sure. I didn't expect the power to come out of this bike. Like I was getting off 1000s. My last bike was an R1. I mean, those things are a lot more horsepower than this bike. But out of the hole, this thing has a ton of torque. Like it almost feels like it's got the V-twin low-end grunt to it. Like as soon as you get on the throttle, this thing's got power. And you can be cruising in 6th gear, pretty low RPM, and you crack this thing and it still pulls. You don't really have to downshift. This bike's basically stock. It's got some different turn signals on it, the windshields, M4 slip-on. I changed these levers out. I picked them up off Amazon. I'll have the link in my description if you're interested in them. They're fully adjustable. They're a little bit shorter. The only reason I really changed them out mainly because the guy dropped it in his garage and it bent the lever, so I put new levers on it. This M4 actually sounds really good. I took the baffle out. I'm probably going to get the ECM flashed on it from what I've been reading. I do find my two complaints on this bike, there's only two, is the throttle is real touchy on this thing. So if you're coming out into a corner and you need to get on the gas, it really hits the throttle hard. I almost play with the clutch like I'm on a dirt bike coming out of the corner on this thing. And the other thing is the rear shock. Front forks, I'm fine with the front forks. I don't really have a complaint. The rear shock, if I'm on a pretty big corner and at a high speed, I can feel the rear shock really, it's pretty much working full out. I wouldn't mind it being a little stiffer, and some of the bumps in the road, I'm 195 pounds, and the shock's a little soft. I got it adjusted full, but it's still not enough. I mean, I could probably send it out and get it rebuilt. I'll figure that out. I'll look into it if I keep the bike, which I'm probably going to keep it. I was thinking of getting the Z-1000 anyways, just to try out a different bike, but I really like this thing. It pulls, I find it pulls at 600s. Out of the hole, I mean, any 600 is going to fly. This thing only does, I think, 234 kilometers, something like that, top end. So I mean, I guess sport bike's going to fly by this thing in top end, but low end, this thing has a ton of power. It handles really good, and like I said, I'm 6 feet, 195, and this bike is really comfortable. I did a 700 kilometer ride one day over to Port Dover and back for Friday 13th, and I was comfortable the whole day on this thing. I had no issues with it. So that's one good thing above, especially above the sport bikes I'm used to. This thing, it's just so comfortable. It kind of almost feels like a dirt bike in a way. I mean, it's got the dirt bike handlebars on it. The dash is nice. I like the readout on it, everything. It's got a gear indicator, which is good. It's got your temps, your trip, everything's on it. So just for a little, it's got just a little display, but I mean, everything you need is on that display. The mirror's pretty much typical of any kind of sport bike, sport touring bike. You know, your arms are kind of in the way of the mirrors. No big deal. You just lower your arm, you can see. Other than that, I see fine out of them. I thought about maybe getting the bar end clip-on ones. I'll figure that out. I'm not sure yet. This winter, if I keep it, I'll probably put a couple more things on and get the ECM done and everything. This thing wheelies like crazy. This thing has first, second, third gear. I mean, I could hold this thing up for miles, but I mean, just throttle wheelies, this thing, it kind of surprised me how easy this thing wheelies. Like you could flip this over backwards easily. And it handles great. So if you're in the market for one of these and you're watching this video for that purpose, because you're not sure if you want one of these or you're looking at a Ducati or a Z-1000, and you can get a deal on one of these, I would highly recommend it. My opinion is I'm glad I bought it. I almost didn't, but I'm really happy with this bike. Completely happy with it actually. Like I'll probably keep it another season. That's how much I like it. And usually a bike I'll just run for 1 year and try something else out. But this bike I really like. So if that's why you're watching this video and you want someone's honest opinion on it, I've been riding, like I said, for 20 years. And my honest opinion on this bike, this is an extremely fun bike to ride. I've rode a lot of different bikes. I've rode some KTM Supermotos out on the street and bikes like that. And then this thing, I don't know how to explain it. It's just a great bike to ride. It's a super fun bike to ride. So if that's what you're looking into and that's why you're watching this video, I would highly recommend buying one of these bikes. Whether you get the, I think they come out with 14, so you get the 14 or 15, which this one is, or you get the newer ones. They got the different headlight. I think the 17 or 18s changed the tank a bit on them and everything. Great bikes. I mean, this motor this motor surprised me. I know it's only around 105 or 110 horse, but this little motor's got a lot of torque. And just being a 3-cylinder, it's got a really nice sound to it. It's still a big motor. It's a 900, so you still got, it still sounds really good. But yeah, if you're in the market for one of these, I recommend it. That's just my opinion. This bike, I highly recommend it. So definitely check it out. And if you're looking at one, I highly recommend buying it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more videos of this bike and more review videos of any toys I have or any toys I'm buying. It's pretty much anything from snowmobiles, RZRs, street bikes, dirt bikes, everything. Getting into boating next summer. I'll probably be getting a nice offshore, so I'll be doing a video on that too. And don't forget to like our page on Facebook, on 509 Cruise. It's all pictures and places we go riding and everything like that. Thanks for watching.